Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of Wahconah Weekly. We'd like to thank you for coming by to watch us once again.
Yes, and this week the holiday season took hold and it's setting quite a few events into place.
First, I'd like to talk to you about a new contact system. In the description of this video, you'll find a link to a survey you can fill out. Use this survey to share any stories you'd like us to cover in the upcoming episodes.
Thank you, Charlie. And we will be covering a blood drive this week that the class of 2020 put on.
I'll be covering the Toys for Tots fundraiser event set up by the sophomore class, along with interviewing Mr. Robb about the snow day video that he created.
And I've got some insight on a very special wreath sale that just started, where all the wreaths are manufactured by students like yours truly.
After weeks of planning, the junior class put on a blood drive this Friday. However, it was not the first time they've ever done a blood drive, nor will it be the last, as we'll hear in a moment. The class held sign-ups for the drive through the entire week and held a blood drive itself in the school cafeteria. We have a few interviews for you regarding the drive.
How you doing, Mrs. Grady?
Doing well.
Nice.
Just getting ready, getting set up. It's quite a process that they have to do to set up their bags and make sure that everything is right and that it's labeled correctly and all of that. That they give you a little ball. They put a tourniquet on to make sure the blood flows, and they give you a little ball or something to squeeze to keep the blood flowing evenly as well. And then I think she's ready to go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How you doing, Mike?
Doing good.
Nice.
Feeling excited.
So what made you choose to do this? Did you just feel like you wanted to do it?
Yeah, I just want to help people.
I think the end result is good. You
Yeah,
help people.
it's good for research and stuff like that, so why not?
Yeah, you're a good person for doing that, Mike.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, and we're here with Ellen Cook of the junior class. She helped put together the blood drive occurring here today. She was a major factor in it, actually. She was the head of putting it together. So, Ellen, what made you interested in putting this blood drive together?
Well, you see, my dad is the coordinator of the blood drive at Taconic High School, and I just thought it would be a good thing to spread across the community and the schools of Berkshire County.
Yeah, it is a very useful thing. A lot of people do need blood, and I think it's very important to do, and it helps situate the school more in a way where I think it interacts with the real world. We're actually helping other people. We're not separated from, what's actually going on beyond the school law itself.
Right.
Yeah. And so, do you think you're going to do this again next year? Because I know you did it already last year, and you're doing it again this year. So you're going to do it again?
Yes, I am, and I'm also planning on doing another one in the spring.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for both of those. Come on by and donate some blood. People do need it. When you donate, your donations can help upwards of 4 people. It's very important to do. So at least just coming by and trying, we'd appreciate it very much. Thank you. We would like to thank Ellen and the rest of the class of 2020 for putting on the drive. We would also like to thank any of those who donated blood during the drive itself. This drive was a good success, and we look forward to seeing the success of any future drives.
This week, the sophomore class put on the Toys for Tots fundraiser. Boxes were added to one of the main lobbies for separate classes to donate their toys to. The Toys for Tots fundraiser takes place all across America and is hosted by the Marine Corps League. Toys go to kids who aren't normally able to receive them during the holiday season. Now I'd like to hand it over to Lucas Walsh with an interview with sophomore class president Ethan Nesbit.
All right, and now we're here with Ethan Nesbit, president of the class of 2021, who is currently taking on the Toys for Tots charity. So what is the purpose of the charity?
The purpose of the Toys for Tots charity is so that underprivileged children in our county can get toys for Christmas. The children are ages 1 through 14, and the Toys for Tots Foundation has, a variety of guidelines of who gets the children, but their policy is the toys that are raised in our county will stay in our county. That is run by the Marine Corps League of Pittsfield.
All right, nice. Besides that, I think you did a pretty good explanation of what it is. What's your opinion? Why do you feel that the Toys for Tots charity is important to do?
Well, in our county, there are obviously some different levels of wealth and poverty within Berkshire County, and so it helps that children who may not be getting any Christmas presents for Christmas get at least something with the help of local businesses and our school.
Exactly, yeah, I agree with that. Well, thank you, Ethan. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to talk to you about Mr. Robb's Snow Day video. I'm sure that plenty of you already know what I am talking about, especially considering his record-breaking 10,000 views on his last video. But in case you do not know, these snow days include Mr. Robb and some occasional guests playing around in the empty school during snow days. They're quite hilarious and we highly recommend you check them out. But now, I think I'll let Mr. Robb explain it for himself.
And so we're here with Aaron Robb, principal of Wahconah. So why are there so many teachers around during the snow day? That was definitely a question we had while watching your video.
One of the reasons is because it was originally a 2-hour delay.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of them came in. Mr. Bradshaw usually gets here about 5:30 or so in the morning. So he was already here, and some of them decided, since they live kind of in the some of them live in the Pittsfield area, and the driving wasn't as bad as the hill towns, they came in to get some stuff done. I was just taken aback by how many were actually here, so I decided to just run with it.
So you originally planned for in your video to probably just have you riding around the school with nobody around, but then, or to do something at least where nobody else was around, and then there was just way more teachers than you had expected originally.
Yeah, I had not expected anybody to be here, so I was going to try to pull something off by myself. And Mr. Messina couldn't be here because he had hurt his back over the weekend, so he couldn't do anything too strenuous with me. So I had that bike in mind for a while, and I finally got to use it. But what happened was I had it out in B quarter ready to go, and that footage at the end of the video where you see the three amigos riding on the bike there, that actually I filmed first because they had stolen the bike, and I heard a commotion in the hallway, and I took a video of them riding by me. So, yeah.
Where did you get the idea for Mr. Pegreri eating that cake? Did he just have it with him already?
He was literally walking through the hallway randomly eating cake, so I said, we're going to roll with this.
It was a very entertaining video. Are you surprised with the amount of sharing and viewership it's gained?
I'm surprised and slightly terrified.
You're gaining a lot of popularity, Mr. Robb.
Apparently.
So what was the origin of the snow day video as a concept?
About 3 or so years, actually 4 years ago, when our superintendent, Ms. Kasna, took over, she basically dared the building principals to make a snow day video. And Mrs. White, who is now the principal at Nessicus, she was principal at the time at Kittredge, made a fantastic one, which I still think is the best one I've ever seen.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It had like special effects and everything in it. She made it with her kids. And it took me 2 years, a year and a half, just to work up the nerve to do it. And then finally last year, I think it was 4 snow days in, we had 8 snow days altogether.
Oh, yeah.
It was 4 snow days in. I was going around the building taking pictures and posting it on Twitter, like messing with teachers' stuff. And I ended up in the auditorium, and Mr. Rebuse texted me, and he said, you should play the drums and promote the winter concert. So that's when I actually videotaped myself playing the drums and promoting the winter concert. And then it kind of took off from there. And then I dared Mr. Messina in the next video to ride down the ramp with me on the chairs, and that's kind of how it took off. So.
Well, I'm glad that it did take off. Produce some very entertaining content. Yeah. So if you want to check out Mr. Robb's video, you can look on Facebook. We'll probably have it in the description or something of that sort. And so that was Mr. Robb.
Mr. Pegreri's greenhouse class has just started a sale on wreaths. Each wreath will be $15 and festive cards will be $1. The wreaths are fully customizable, and if you are interested in purchasing one, contact Mr. Pegreri at mpegreri@cbrsd.org.
Thank you all once again for watching our show. We hope you enjoyed the stories this week and continue to stick with us.
Remember, you can contact us via the link in the description below if you want us to cover anything. We'd appreciate hearing from you all about all your own events.
Yes, it's our pleasure to be making this show with the support that we receive. So have a great week, everyone.